These motion graphics comes from a tutorial on how to copy and share an Adobe Premiere Pro project file. Let's see how you can easily recreate it inside Adobe After Effects. To create a new composition, head over to Composition and select New Composition. In the composition settings, rename it to Main. Set the resolution to 1920 by 1080. For the frame rate, you can choose 30 or 60 fps. It's totally up to you. I'll set the duration to around 10 seconds, then click OK to confirm the new composition. Now let's create the background. Right click inside the composition panel, go to New and choose Solid. Let's name it to BG, which stands for background. After that, pick a color something similar to off-white and click OK to close the settings. Now we'll give this background a graphic style look. Go to Effects and Presets and in the search bar, type for Grade to find the grade effect. Apply the grade effect to the solid layer in the timeline. Make sure the BG layer is selected. Go to the Effect Controls panel and adjust the settings. Set size form to width slider. Change the width slider value to around 30. Adjust the border value to 2. Next, enable the Invert Grade checkbox. Set the opacity to around 22% or any value you prefer. Keep the blending mode set to normal. For the grade color, I think choosing a slightly grayish tone works better. And that's it. These are the simple adjustments to create the background solid layer. Good news for you, you can access this project file on my Patreon through the link in the video description. From the project panel, now I'm going to drag this graphics icon, Adobe Premiere, File, and the face onto the timeline. Before making any adjustments, it's a good idea to lock the background layer. Now select all the graphics icons. Press the S key to reveal the scale property and resize the icons according to your needs. Turn on the grade options, enable proportional grade so it becomes easier to position the elements accurately. First, select the Adobe Premiere Pro logo layer and place it in the bottom left corner. Next, select the face icon and position it in the upper right corner. In this part of the video, we'll draw two curved shapes going from the bottom left to the top right. First, make sure no layers are selected in the timeline. Then select the pen tool, set the fill color to none and click OK. Choose the stroke color as black and set the stroke width to 6. Now click at the top of the Adobe Premiere logo. Then click at the top of the file icon to create a straight line. Next, click and hold the pen tool and select the Convert Vertex tool. Click the starting point of the line and drag the outward to create handlebars. Adjust the handlebars to turn the straight line into a smooth curve. Repeat the same process for the end point of the line. This is a simple way to convert any straight line into a curved path. For animating the logos or icons, first select all of them. Hit the P key to reveal the position property. Then hold Shift and hit T to add the opacity property. At the first frame, create frames for both position and opacity. Select all the keyframes and press Ctrl+C to copy them. Now move the time indicator forward by 10 frames and press Ctrl+V to paste the keyframes. Next, return to the first frame and increase the Y position value to move the logos downward. Also set the opacity value of the starting keyframes to 0%. This creates a very basic animation. Now let's add a bounce effect to make the animation feel more dynamic. Make sure all the logo layers are selected, then open the BOUNCr tool. If you don't have this tool installed, check the video description for a tutorial on how to download and install it. With all layers highlighted, choose Position from the Properties list and click the Bounce It button. The bounce script will now be applied to the position property, indicated by the red position values. Playback the animation to preview the motion graphics. First, select the curve layer and rename it to Curve On. Make sure the layer is still selected. Then go to the top menu, click the play icon next to Add and choose Trim Path. Expand the path 1, then move the time indicator to beginning of the timeline. Create a keyframes and set its value to 0%. Next, move the time indicator to 1 second mark and change the end value back to 100%. This creates a simple drawn animation for the curve. Now let's make this path look more interesting. Go to Shape, Stroke, then click the plus icon next to dashes to break the curve into segment lines. You will immediately see the results in the composition panel. To make the lines starting and ending points sharper, expand the taper. Set start line to 10% and set end line to 10%. The taper effect makes the line look thinner at the ends, almost like a hair or brush stroke. Collapse the curve properties and hit the U key to reveal the all keyframes. Select both keyframes and press F9 to apply Easy Ease. Open the graph editor, select both keyframes and drag the right handle toward the left around 60%. Repeat the same adjustments for the left keyframe. This will give the curve animation a much smoother and more natural motion. Hit the U key again to hide the all keyframes. Select curve on and hit Ctrl+D to duplicate the layer. Make sure the graph editor is turned off. Now the second curve layer is ready. You can change its position either by adjusting the position property or by simply dragging the curve directly in the composition panel. If needed, slightly adjust the scale or size depending on your design situation. Now we'll apply a drop shadow to all of the logos. Go to Effects and Preset and search for the drop shadow effect. Apply the effect to any of the logo or icon layers. Make sure the layer is selected, then open the Effect Controls panel and adjust the settings. Set distance to around 33, softness to around 50, adjust opacity to around 40%. These values create a nice subtle shadow effect. Next, select the layer that already has the drop shadow applied. Go to Edit menu, choose Copy with Property Links. Now select the remaining logo layers and press Ctrl+V to paste. Once applied, all the other logos will inherit the same drop shadow settings with the link properties. Now we will arrange the layer position in the timeline to create a proper animation sequence. First, press the U key to reveal the all keyframes. Grab the file icon layer and drag its endpoint to 1 second and 10 frames. This way the file icon appears after the Premiere Pro icon, which pops up at the first frame. Next, move the starting point of the curve on to around 20 frames. So the animation sequence becomes, first the Premiere Pro icon pops up, then the curve line animation starts. After that the file icon appears. Now it's time for the second curve line. Drag this layer to start at around 2 seconds on the timeline. Finally, position the phase icon at 2 seconds and 20 frames. This creates the overall animation sequence for the motion graphics. You can also fine-tune the timing depending on your design preference. In these steps, we will animate all the logos and curve lines together using a null object. Right-click in the timeline, go to New and select Null Object. Before parenting your layers, make sure to place the time indicator at the point where the individual animation have finished. This step is important. Now select all logo and curve line layers and parent them to Null Object. Move the time indicator to around 20 frames, select the null layer, press P to reveal position, then hold Shift and press S to add the scale property. Create keyframes for both position and scale. Adjust the X and Y position values to move the Premiere Pro logo toward the center of the composition. Increase the scale value to around 120% and align the Premiere Pro logo nicely at the center. This completes the first portion of the animation. Copy both keyframes and paste them about 10 frames later. Move the time indicator around 20 frames, then hit Ctrl+V to paste the keyframes again. Now adjust the position values so Premiere Pro and file logos appear together near the center of the composition. Now we can slightly reduce the scale value to around 111. Play the animation to observe the movement. Next, copy the last two keyframes of the null object and paste them 10 frames forward. These extra frames act as a short pause in the animation. Move the time indicator forward around 20 to 30 frames, then adjust the position and scale values. Again, so all logos and curve lines become fully visible in the composition, similar to the original layer before applying the null object animation. At this stage, the animation should already look very dynamic. To smooth the animation, select all keyframe and press F9 to apply Easy Ease. Open the graph editor, select keyframes and drag the right handle toward the left around 60%. Then adjust the left handle toward right by about 60% as well. If you don't see the correct graph, click the small icon and enable Edit Speed Graph. And that's all for motion graphics animation, perfect for infotainment videos. If you would like to access this project file, check the video description for my Patreon link. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next video.